Christ is God, Christ is love, Christ is everything. Yeah, so I'm going to call this the Kennedy Integral. And I'm like exhausted, people. I'm like spent. Don't even really know why. I guess I moved around like, you know, more than I normally do. But yeah, you know, gotta feed the machine, and which is like, you know, you gotta like every day like push a little bit more, right? So here I am, and like at least the integral is fun, and forgive me if I make a mistake, and like it's also called the Kennedy Integral, JFK, because I like him. I don't know as much about him as I ought to. Like, I will learn more about him, but what I know I like. And this is probably true. Like, I haven't told you all the story or anything recently, and I won't in a while. But like, you know, make this fun, right? Okay, so this is probably true in India and other places too, probably Russia also. But like, the public schools are the best schools in Ethiopia, right? So Addis Ababa University, which has a few branches in the capital, that's like the best school. Like the private schools in Ethiopia are kind of like a joke. Like they're kind of like Trump University or something, right? And I'm telling you this because like in the main university, in the main campus, Addis Ababa University, the library is named after Kennedy. And I think, so it's called the John F. Kennedy Library or whatever, right? And I think it happened like during the regime of like Haile Selassie, who's like better known as Rastafari. He's like the pothead god, or the god of the potheads. Jesus Christ is God to potheads. But anyway, he's the one who like named the library, like the John F. Kennedy Library, I believe. And yeah, so there's like a word of mouth, like fable or story, which I'm not sure is true, but it's around, and it's like about like how like Ethiopians everywhere, like Jewish people are like everywhere, right? Like there are Russian Jews. I've even met an Argentine Jew and stuff, right? But you know who else is everywhere? Ethiopian people. They're like in the most obscure places also, like Norway, and like I even had like my science teacher from like middle school. He and like a group of his friends like walked to Kenya in an effort to get out of Ethiopia. I don't know why it's like that, like, but like every Ethiopian kid's like dream is like to get out of Ethiopia for some weird reason. It's a beautiful country, and I'm like trying to go back after all these years. But anyway, like Ethiopians are everywhere, right? So the fable is that like John F. Kennedy would like tell Rastafari, Haile Selassie, like he'd tell him like, oh, we like landed a man on the moon. And Rastafari goes like, did you find any Ethiopians? and of course, like, you know, Kennedy says, like John F. Kennedy says, no, we didn't find any Ethiopians on the moon. And so Haile Selassie goes like, okay, you didn't go to the moon then, you lied. So there that is. I hope I hope that little story, like, you know, kind of like, you know, made you smile. Alright, let's get going. You know who you are, girl, like, thought so she. Alright, let's get going. So the Kennedy Integral, right? The JFK Integral. And it's like, it goes like this. Someone is gonna hate my guts for this. Sine 1 over x, it's a he. I stole this from like another YouTube channel. Well, he's stolen plenty from me, so it's like I'm just like, you know, like I'm playing it fair, playing evening out, playing field. Okay, so sine 1 over x, and then 1 over x squared times 1 over x dx. Let's breaks it down like this, right? And we're gonna do integration by parts, and you know, that's like something that u dv we should know equals uv minus integral v du. Like the MIT like cheerleading team like had like a song about integration by parts I once learned, right? I don't know if that's cheesy or cool. Like in my world, it's cool. Okay, so let's just like keep it like that. Okay, so we look at this and we need to like pick a u and a dv, blah blah blah. we've been through this, right? So, what is you? I believe this is you. We should make this you. And so we should make, like, this is like me, like, being Jackie Chan, the drunken master. Only I'm drunk on life. Like, I'm like super tired. I like had to inspire myself, like, to like do this. Now, okay. Enough said, right? Okay. So that's dv, meaning v is the integral of sine 1 over x times 1 over x squared dx, right? And so, like, this in turn requires substitution. We have to do integration via substitution. So we let this little fella be t. That's 1 over x, that's t. And so then, if 1 over x is t, notice that dt, so this is like substitution within the integration by parts. So then dt is going to be, see, like, now I'm talking about math, I'm like all energetic and stuff. Math just brings out my energy. So that's t, like 1 over x. So dt is negative 1 over x squared dx. Right? So we throw a minus sign here and a minus sign there. And like minus is plus, so it's all good, right? Okay, now, so we've got our dt right here now that we've thrown a minus sign, is what I'm saying. So you've got dt, but then there's this minus sign, you know, introduced, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So then now look at what v looks like. V looks like victory. Or Victor Emerson. Okay, I'm being random now. Okay, it looks like victory. So, sorry, found something in my pocket. All right. Okay, I'm distracted. So minus, and then it's sine t. Let's get to that point. And then it's dt, right? Okay. So you know, that's what is the antiderivative of sine? Well, actually, it's, you know, let's throw the negative inside now. The antiderivative of negative sign is cosine, right? Because the derivative of cosine is negative sign. Yeah. Okay, let's just like not mess this up. So this is cosine t, but you know, because yeah, like then this is cosine 1 over x, because t is 1 over x, right? Okay. So we're done with our v. We just found our v is cosine 1 over x. And our u, like, you know, du is very simple, right? So du is negative 1 over x squared. So Kennedy, this is definitely worthy of you, because this is a fun integral. It's not like very easy, so it's like, you know, yeah, like I think you're deserving of this, or the integral is deserving of you. I don't know, but let's keep going. So du is negative 1 over x squared dx, right? Okay, yeah. So I think we've got everything, right? We've got our u, we've got our v, and then, like, what else do we need? We need uv, and then vdu, we already had our v, and we just got our du, right? So then we see that this here, I'm going to put a giant equal sign, is equal to uv, and that's 1 over x times v is right here, cosine 1 over x, right? And then minus integral v du, right? And v is cosine 1 over x, right? And then du is negative 1 over x squared dx. So the negative is going to turn that into a positive. And then 1 over x squared, no, dx, right? Okay. So now we just got to finish this off, right? Like, and actually, like, I'm going to change this to a minus and keep a minus here, right? Still, you know, good, because that's minus, so plus, right? But what it means now is, like, you know, I'm clearly going to, as we did over here, make a substitution, and the substitution will be like for 1 over x, right? Since we already used t, let's use s. So s is 1 over x. Then ds is exactly this, right? Okay, cool. So what we've got now is 1 over x cosine 1 over x, and then minus integral s d cos s ds, right? Okay, and the antiderivative of cosine is sine, so it's 1 over x cosine 1 over x, and then minus sine, the derivative of sine is cosine, yeah, so sine, sorry, I'm just tired, so I'm not like sharp like I normally am. Okay, so like, yeah, and s is 1 over x, so all we have left to do is put a 1 over x right here, and we are done. That was not smooth. Okay, but we'll live, we'll live. I hope you have a great day, everyone. Okay, I hope Christ is with you. Love, Royce.